This seems like a move that he didn't think through.
I mean, he's like an interesting character. Yeah, he's easy. There we go, he's dead. I want to make a video about this, as I think he's a really cool character, but he's got so much stuff that makes him too slow and idle so much that he's almost useless. If you've been a fan of my channel, then you might know that my favorite game of all time is Megaman X. And if you want to hear me talk about that, I made a whole video about it. I go on to talk about how I think the mechanics, music, characters, and pretty much everything is perfect. It's hard to say if there are any flaws with that game, but when it comes to the bosses, I think there might be room for improvement. Now, just to state right from the start, I don't think Flame Mammoth is a bad boss at all. In fact, I definitely say he's in my top 3 design-wise. I just think his moveset makes him less of a challenge than the other Mavericks in the bunch, almost to the level of Chill Penguin, and nobody should be at Chill Penguin level.
Oh, okay.
In my Megaman X review, I talked a lot about how the bosses felt like a massive improvement over the original series Robot Masters. I'd say it's because while every boss does have a certain element to them, be it wind, ice, fire, electricity, and so on, they all have an additional theme to them. Like Sting Chameleon has an element of stealth, but a theme of environmental advantage. Storm Eagle has a power of wind, but also comes with speed and the element of surprise. Spark Mandrill has electricity, but comes with a theme of environmental advantage as well as a good sense of power, with his forward punch being one of the heaviest hits of all 8 bosses. Boomacoinger has speed, Chill Penguin has environmental advantage and a bit of armor, Armored Armadillo has a ton of armor, Launch Octopus has environmental advantage as well as a health drain, and finally we get to Flame Mammoth, whose theme is a mix of environmental advantage as well as weight. When Flame Mammoth jumps, he can shake the ground, which can knock X off his feet, leaving him vulnerable for the Mammoth's formidable size for a few seconds. Not only that, Flame Mammoth can change the direction of these conveyor belts at his command. Add onto that he can spit oil onto the stage and then ignite it with Flame Shot if it makes contact. This is where I kind of find the issue with Flame Mammoth, his moveset. None of these moves are bad ones on their own, but it's more so the way in which Flame Mammoth has to utilize them that brings him at a bit of a disadvantage. And with that, I'd like to make a few recommendations that might make this nearly 30-year-old Fire Mammoth a little more formidable. First off, I'll go ahead and say that we can keep his jump. The distance his jump can cover is pretty impressive, and the accompanying ground shake makes for a good use of his themes, so it can stay for sure. In fact, I'd even go on to say that it's his most powerful move in his arsenal. The Flame Shot can stay as well. It's pretty effective on its own, and combining with the oil adds for a great effect. It's his last 2 attack animations that we need to mend, that being his oil dispersal and his conveyor belt change command. These 2 actions in themselves cause Flame Mammoth to stand in place. The oil attack usually happens a few times, and when it happens he may not even follow up with a Flame Shot. Despite doing the oil shot, if they reach the end of the conveyor line, they'll disappear on the sides. This seems like such a long frame for something that may not even be considered an attack. Then we get to the conveyor change. This also causes him to stand in place and shout, making the direction change. What's worse with this one is that sometimes Flame Mammoth can get locked up in the same animation, literally moving the belt back and forth while you get to fire shot after shot into him for doing so. These 2 moves can make Flame Mammoth feel like a piece of cake when compared to some of the others. My fix would be that the conveyor belt move automatically, as it would raise the tension a bit when facing him. The added threat of you trying to keep your distance only to suddenly find yourself running towards him would definitely keep you on your toes. The oil spill should also just be a part of the stage. This would lean more into the theme of environmental advantage and would make the chance of Flame Shot hitting the oil even more likely. This could even free up a move slot or 2, adding more variations to his Flame Shot or even giving more use to his trunk like a grapple move. Eliminating these 2 moves from his animations honestly gives him so much more potential, such as moves falling into his theme of being heavy or variations of fire attacks, maybe even making his trunk able to spout fire, making the already closed-in room feeling even more tight. Flame Mammoth is one of my favorite Mavericks of all time, and I think he deserves a better moveset. Is Capcom going to see this video and start work on another Mega Man X remake? No, but hey man, I just wanted to put my thoughts out there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me try and fix my beloved Flame Mammoth. If you liked the video, then consider leaving a like and subscribing if you're new. As always, have a great day, go play Mega Man X, and keep it practical.